Hello YouTube, this is Eli, the OBD Tech. I'm here working on a 2006 Ford Mustang with a 4.0-liter engine. This video is going to be a quick little troubleshooting. I'm going to show you guys how how to troubleshoot a windshield washer motor pump. Pretty much this vehicle, that washer pump motor, it's faulty. It's not spraying the fluid out of the hood nozzles there, for the windshield. So I'm going to show you guys real quick, what's really happening here. So once you hit the switch on these Mustangs, for the operation to work, you have to hit the switch and push forward. So I'm going to go ahead and do it and watch our operation here. And pretty much the washer operation is not working. So, but make sure that this test is done with the key on, engine off. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Push forward. And you can see there's no fluid being sprayed on the on those two washers on the hood. But the operation of the wipers do work. So the next thing I'm gonna do is to go ahead and show you guys the system wiring diagram for this circuit. So alright guys, so we're looking at the 2006 Ford Mustang system wire diagram, wiper slash washer circuit. So what's involved in this circuit is that we have two fuses. One fuse is a 30 amp, which is hot at all times. And the other fuse is a 10 amp and is hot in run or ACC position. For the washer circuit, we have a washer relay. And also there's an electronic controller, which is part of the windshield wiper motor assembly. And then we have our windshield washer pump motor, and then finally, we have our ground wire. Now, there's also for the wiper circuit, there's a motor which it runs at low and high, and then we have a relay, the speed relay, which is also high and low, which is part of the wiper, and then we also have another relay which is the run slash park relay. And then finally, we have our input, which is our multifunction wiper slash washer switch. So the way this circuit works for the washer is that you must hit the switch to close the contacts. It is normally open in the off position. So once you hit the wiper, the washer switch to close the contacts here, that's going to allow the current to actually go through, and which is going to trigger the controller to run to run actually 12 volts through this line here, and then go to the washer relay, which is going to get energized, and then make this switch actually close, which is going to allow the 12 volts, or which is coming from the 30 amps, to actually go down through this wire, which is the black with white stripe, and then feed to the windshield washer pump motor, and then finally go to ground. So that's the way this circuit works. When we do our voltage checks, we should expect with the key on, engine off, this black with white should pretty much be 0 volts. Because remember, our switch is closed. Our switch is open. It means the 12 volts that are actually waiting to be fed through this wire are just, it's basically sitting there at the relay. So as soon as this switch closes, when this relay gets energized and creates a magnetic field, which is going to make the switch actually close, the current's going to go through, actually go through this wire. So when we hit our washer switch, our voltage should go from 0 volts to 12 volts, and then finally go through through the load, which is our motor, and show up on the ground wire at 0 volts. So basically, pretty much like I said, so with the key on engine off, our black with white wire should read approximately 0 volts. But once the circuit is loaded, this wire should read 12 volts, and our ground wire should always read about 0 volts, either 0.1 or less than 100 millivolts. Either or, doesn't matter. So so pretty much this circuit is acting as a power side switch with the key on, engine off. Both wires should read approximately 0 volts. But once we load the circuit by hitting the switch from off to wash operation, then our feed wire should read approximately 12 volts. Alright guys, so the next step is to go out there and then show you guys these voltage checks. Alrighty. Alright guys, so currently showing you guys the location of this windshield washer pump motor. It lives beneath the lower part of the reservoir. So I'm currently showing you guys that I'm back probing the feed wire, which is a black with white stripe. So remember that on our power feed, we should see approximately 12 volts, and in our ground wire, it should be approximately less than 0.1 or less than 100 millivolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and and show you guys these voltage checks. Alright guys. Alright guys, so now that we have done our voltage checks on our powers and grounds, and everything checked out properly, there's our continuity from the switch to the connector. It's pretty much in good condition. There's no opens or shorts to ground. So now the next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to check this pump motor manually by using 2 jumper wires. I've connected the red lead to the battery positive, and then the black lead to the battery's negative. So now I'm gonna do a manual operation here. I'm gonna try to energize this pump motor and see if it is mechanically good or not. So I have the red the positive lead already connected to the positive pin. So I'm gonna connect the negative jumper wire to the negative terminal. I'm gonna go on and off a couple of times and see if this pump motor operates or not. So here we go. I'm going on and off. The motor is not even working. So pretty much this tells us the culprit problem. It is the pump motor. It either mechanically it went bad, or we have some damage on the coil windings on this motor here. So so I'm gonna go ahead and do it again, on and off. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up the little clicking on the motor, but internally it has gone bad. Now the next thing I'm going to do is show you guys a good working windshield washer motor pump. So I have connected the positive lead to the positive terminal, and then I'm going to touch the negative lead to the negative terminal, and if it's good, this little pump should make some type of working mechanism sound here. Alright, so here we go. So as you can see, there's a good working motor pump. It is working. So this is a good working motor pump. Going on and off. Alright guys, so this is another way to check your component by manually energizing the motor and see if it mechanically is in good working condition. So in this case, this is the reason why our washer circuit is not working. This motor has pretty much has already internally gone bad. It does make a little bit of a clicking sound, but it's just at the end, it's a bad motor pump for this washer circuit system. So next thing I'm gonna do, is show you guys some ohm readings on the faulty to a good one. Alright guys, so the next step that I'm performing is the ohm checks on both components. I'm currently back probing the faulty one. The ohm reading is showing about 2.4 ohms. So now I'm gonna go ahead and back probe the good one and compare the readings. So on the good one, it's showing about 1.7 ohms. It's not really that much of a difference. Although it's about 0.7 ohms of a difference between the good and bad. But we know that mechanically, this one has gone bad. It can no longer create that magnetic field on the coil windings. So there's pretty much the motor pump cannot push the fluid when you hit the switch for the washer circuit. So those are the ohm readings between the good and bad. So I guess the final test that I'm going to do is just pretty much install the good one, and then just show you guys the operation when I apply the washer, and and show you guys that this one is gonna perform it's pretty much its operation by pumping fluid into the hood of the nozzles to pretty much squirt the windshield with fluid. Alright guys, so so I'm gonna install this good working component back into the reservoir, and then just show you guys the last segment by showing you guys a good working system. Alright guys. Alright guys, so this is the final fix right here. I'm going to show you the operation of a good windshield washer motor pump. So this is with the key on, engine off. Either or, with the engine on or just key on, engine off. So here we go guys. So you can see the wipers went on and the fluid came out of the nozzles. So I'm going to do it one more time. So this is the final fix. Alright guys, so this is Eli the OBD Tech. Subscribe if you like.